Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
It's always amazing when we get together with her because she has messages for the soul, potentially messages for your soul. And she's an intuitive, a card reader, has a lot of insight, and you never know what's going to happen when you have Diane Gauthier with you. And she's back. Welcome. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. And yourself?
I'm well. Yeah, I love what we've done in the last couple of weeks where you come up with these three numbers and then we do readings for these numbers, and these numbers may connect with somebody watching or listening. Certainly in the past, one of them connected with me in a big way. I won't even get into the details. It was off the scale, how the connection at that moment, that number, you said it, and then had a message, and then the message was amazing. We'll get to the numbers in a moment, but the messages that you have based on these numbers, it's not connected to the numbers. It's just for anybody that the numbers resonate with, correct?
Exactly. The numbers has nothing to do with it. I could have chosen colors also, like we could choose three colors today. Which color does you feel more called to? And that will be your message. Now, for some people, they will say, well, I chose certain number today, but the other ones talk to me more than what I say. Well, it's okay. Like you probably took a number thinking about something, but your message was in the other one. As long as you get a message out of it, like the numbers or the colors or whatever is just there to be there, basically.
Wow.
It's messages coming in. It's just because if I wouldn't say anything, if I wouldn't put any colors, if I wouldn't put any numbers, people would get freaked out. So by putting numbers or by putting colors or putting like not a barrier, but putting something in front of you, like the cards, that's what also it does. I could go and speak because I do it, I do it on a regular basis, but then, some people get freaked out. So this way, if you put a deck of cards in front of you, well, people say, well, it's the cards, and it leaves a little, and I'm fine with that. So,
Do you surprise yourself, like when let's say you pick a number or the numbers somehow came to you, do the message, and then somebody says to you, my gosh, this is what it meant. And I mean, it's legit. They're not like reading into it or wanting this applies to them. Does that kind of freak you out or blow you away?
I'm always amazed, like sometimes I get this really weird sense of humor where, I don't care. And I will say, I amaze myself, like some days, some things will come out. I will say things to people and I even get, my dear Lord, where did I get this from? Yes, I do have those where people will say to me, especially lately, because messages lately, I've been really on point where, like in the beginning, a few years back when I started doing this on my Facebook page, they were more superficial, like more getting people to try to understand or, like just going, slow-mo at it, Now they're really digging deep. They're really going at it. So yeah, it surprises me.
I guess that comes from experience of being able to better interpret the messages that come from wherever they come from.
Exactly.
As you do it, they become more specific for you.
Yeah, exactly. Even me, sometimes because I've been using the same cards for years now, and I still see some different things appearing on my card. And it always surprises me saying, I've been using this like for 10 years. And schnoots, I didn't even realize there was this image in it, or there was this little thing in it. There's always something new coming out of it. And this is every time. Basically, the card will stay the card in a sense that it, like I get a certain feeling with certain cards, but then it's the detail that it goes get. Those are the one that changes. Those are the one that goes deeper and deeper now.
So what I'm getting from you is it could have been 2 years ago, you could be looking at a card and then you look at it today, but you're getting so much more deeper info from it just because you've got
Yeah.
more experience doing it.
Exactly. And it depends on the person too. Sometimes if the person has a barrier, I always say, it's your barrier. I will still go across it because it's the soul. It's not a fortune telling. So I will still go across your barrier. But if you have a certain amount of time and a certain amount of money to put in, and you come with me with the barrier, which I will go through, but it's going to take on your time. So, but you have other people that come in wide open, and those, like those you go straight into, and you don't have to fight the barrier. You don't have to dig, and it goes faster and deeper. Yes.
Shall we begin with our three numbers for today?
Okay, the numbers today was 18, is plutôt 18, number 60, and number 2. And as you reminded me, 60 I chose like 2 weeks ago. It still came back this week. So probably somebody else, for some other reason, needs to hear from the number 60. Number 18, I chose it this week because it was my man's birthday. So then I said, oh, okay, a number for you. But he didn't even tell me if the message was regarding him or whatever. I picked 18 because
Okay.
it was his birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are the three numbers that we're going to be working with today. I have my oracles and my tarot cards in front of me right now. I will admit, I've been playing with one more than the other, but I will still let you choose which one do you want me to take.
Am I going to pick oracle or tarot differently each time, or we're just going to pick, one type of card deck for all three numbers?
It's going to be, we could do that too. If you say, yeah, why not? We could try this. Absolutely. Where it's going to be oracle. For number 18, do you choose oracle or tarot cards?
I'm getting oracle.
That's why. The one I was playing with before anyways. Okay, so we're going with number 18. So whoever pick or are called for number 18 today, what do they have to say to you is, it's time to go. When I see that this time to go, but this time, it's time to go, but because this card came with you and I before, but this time you're going backwards. It's really, really going backwards. It's like you're missing information. You're really going backwards this time, and they're telling you it's time to go. You forgot something. You have to go back on it. There's a piece of your puzzle missing, and you have to go back. It's never anything. It's never anything that I will say to people, go back on your things. Usually done, dealt. Now look into the future. Don't go back. Over here today, I will say for anybody that was interpret for number 18, go back. Go back, because go back if you were going to get separated and you're wondering, am I going to go back or am I going to keep on going? I would say go back because you're not ready. For anybody that could pick card number 18, it's like you're not ready for what's going to be coming to you. So it's better for you to stay put, I would say. So anybody that wants to do any changes, I would say right now, stay put, because if you go with it, you probably will lose more than you would gain. Okay, in that sense. And this is very rare that I'm going to say this to people. I have the feeling that for number 18 today, I got the feeling that if you would go forward, you have more to lose than if you stay put or go backwards. Okay, when I say go backwards, if you go back into the decisions you have taken, either for your job, for a relationship, or anything, right now, you have more to lose to go forward at this time today. It doesn't mean that in a week it's not going to be time, but if you were to do your changes for Thursday today and you were saying, okay, tomorrow's my last day, I would say wait a week. Okay, don't do it today, kind of a thing.
Interesting. Okay. And what card did you see to reveal that?
It's the card. I will show you. It's the Oracle card.
Time to go.
Time to go. Yeah.
Wow.
But it was facing, because I interpret images. So my image over here is you looking backwards, not you looking forward. If it would have came upside down, it would have been time to go forward. But now it's bringing you backwards. And the way that I'm feeling it right now is that if ever you would go through today, as we're speaking right now, like I said, either I'm leaving home, leaving work, doing big changes, you would have more to lose out of it than to gain.
Wow.
As of today.
Okay? This is very specific.
Yeah, it is. This one, it is today.
This is a big one.
I rarely say that. I will just say that. I rarely say it this way, the way that I'm feeling it right now.
Okay. Wow. And that's for anybody that the number 18 resonates for, whatever that is, whatever way that is.
And like I said before, it could be once you listen to the three of them, because you didn't have a particular number, you weren't attracted to any particular number, then in there, listen to those three cards and you will get a message anyways coming out of one of the numbers for whichever reason for yourself.
Okay. All right. So next up is the number 60. And I'm going to go with my gut and what I'm feeling here with the number 60, which deck to use. I want to make the right choice.
There's no wrong choice.
I get that. I'm feeling Oracle again.
Okay,
I try to ignore that. I'm trying to listen to within, and Oracle keeps coming back.
Okay, so Oracle it is. And like I said, there's no wrong. I very seldom use the tarot cards to do these things. We did it last week, I think it is. And I had last week, I used my, even in my own Facebook page, and I used the tarot cards, which, like I said, I very seldom do it. And I had the greatest response about it. But, those I really usually keep for readings, basically, So number 60 today, whoever it interpels. Oh, energy works. The card energy works. That one, when it comes out, I always feel, and like the way it is today, first of all, they're telling you to work with energy. Me, like I say, and I said it on my page this week, if ever you're listening to me, it's because you are into this. You are into even if you are not, and you're saying, and like I say, it takes everybody. It's not everybody that will do cards, not everybody that get messages. But if you're on my page, it's because you are intuitive in some sort. It interpels you, because otherwise you wouldn't be, attracted to me, to what I do. So over here, energy works. I would say that you are very, very well. There's an aura around you that is the best thing in the world. But what I would ask, what are you scared of? What are you worried about? Because over here, I see you worrying about something, wanting to protect something. Now, me, again, when I see a child in the card, it's either a child or it's either a project. Okay. So over here, I see you working with, okay. I would feel it more as of a project than a child for some of you. Okay, I will go, because it's coming two ways. So I will start by the project. You are ready to go with your project. Just follow, just go. Okay. Over here, it's a good thing. You already nourished it. You already did everything that you needed. And I would say that because you feel like your project is in dormant right now, it's not going as fast as you want. It's not developing. It's like dorming. It's like sleeping right now. Like it's not going as fast as you wish. And you're saying, but you have everything. And there's something about you that will make this just the perfect thing. So just pick it up. It wants to sleep right now. So let it sleep. But just pick it up and just go forward. Okay. Now, for other people, it also is that you are worried for a child. When I say a child, I got a 40-year-old kid. A mother is always a mother. So, like you always worry for your child. So it doesn't matter. The age doesn't mean that they're small. It means that over here, You are protecting a child. You are protecting, so it doesn't matter the age of the child. And this over here is just you protecting it, but protecting it from what? You're already hovering over it and you are already blessed. So you don't have to worry. Garth Brooks says it good, pick them up, dust them off, and send them off their way. That's, like in one of his songs, and I always refer to that. So over here, it's like, don't need to worry about, we all do worry about our child or somebody that's very close to us. And over here, it's like kids learn by falling, and that's the same thing. We fail some places. We don't want our kids to fall at the same place we did, but that's the only way we learn. That's the only way they're going to learn. So over here, I would just say, trust in your instinct and just let them do it, whatever they need to do.
I know somebody that number resonates with, and the two things that you just said regarding a child and a project, is spot on. This person is launching a new aspect of their business next week, beginning, and has challenges with a child, and that number would resonate for them. And I'm not looking to just grab onto something here. I was actually leaning back as you're talking. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Whoa. Yeah. There's a connection here. There is. And I, you could write it off and say, we all have at one time challenges with our kids, right? Yeah. But for them, those two things put together and the number, wow.
Yeah, it's probably something that they have to deal right now. But that person in particular, I would say, because their aura is like all golden, and it's all spread and all sparkly, so that person by itself has nothing to worry about. It is just because they're worrying about their project, they're worrying about their child. But for them, that person by itself, nothing to worry about. Just trust yourself. Like over here, and I don't see them, and it's just like it's just like, as a matter of fact, I'm worrying. It's not a big worry. It's just like and if they're launching a project, of course they're going to worry. Everybody does. Everybody has questioning about that, and this is normal. But it's not something bad. It's something very, very good. Okay. And like I said, and as for the child, well, pick them up, dust them off, and send them off their way. Like that's the way kids learn, no matter how old they are. Little babies, you say, watch it, you're going to fall, watch it, you're going to fall. As they grow out and they become teenagers and then adults, even as an adult, like I said, I got a 40 and a 38 and two other ones following, and I just have to sit back and say, okay, I prepare myself for what's coming because I know what's going to be coming. I just prepare myself and say, okay, this one's going to come to me with this one's going to, because it makes common sense. And because I lived it. But if you stop your child from doing these things, first of all, they're going to do it anyways. And second of all, they're not going to come and see you if they have issues if you try to tell them don't do this because this is going to happen, and they still do it. Do you think they're going to come and see you for having I told you so? By no, they're going to go and see somebody else. You don't want that, so be careful with that. Wow. Like when you're telling your child something, just careful of the way you say it because you want them to come back to you if they have any issues, and you're already prepared. Over here, you will be already prepared to say, okay, I knew that was going to happen. So I have my little fanny pack over here ready for, the Kleenex and whatever needs to be, wiping the tears and whatever, kind of a thing. Okay. So I would say to that parent, just don't worry.
Wow. The number 2.
Yeah.
And is the next number. And again, these are just random numbers. Maybe they resonate with you. Just make sure we have time. We do. Tarot.
Tarot. Okay. So tarot it is. Now number 2. I'll try to make it fast, but they're speaking more and more and more these days, I'm a speaker, but they talk a lot also. So number 2. Oh, okay. Strength. Okay, me, when I see that card, two things. First of all, I don't like that card, but I like that card in the way that it came out, which means whoever picked card number two, you're taking back control on your life. When I say taking back control, because it tells me at one point you did not have control on your life. So that's why you're taking back control. It's about time, I would say. It's like you have to just follow, you have people that pass that are trying to make you cuckoos. Okay, they are trying to do. So for number two, if ever you have anybody that, like any signs of some people that have passed, they are trying to reach out to you and saying, okay, come this way, this is a safe way. Okay, hear them, because they are talking to you. For those people who pick card number two, really, the rainbow's coming out. Okay, so it was a very dark cloud at some point, but the rainbow is coming out. And honestly, you are still out there with I still see you with a, okay, come and get me, I'm ready now. Kind of, you're back on your feet. So that is somebody that was at some point feeling that they were drowning. But now today you're back on firm, you're back on your feet, and you have that attitude, that fighting attitude of, okay, come back and I'll be waiting for you. So it's somebody that got out of something, okay, which was nasty. Okay, got out of it. And when I say nasty, it doesn't mean that you got beaten here, but sometimes you have the verbal abuse. It's not always physical, it's verbal abuse. And once you're out of there, and it's like, and you're firm, and you're out of the, verbal abuse, it is a very bad one. But once you're out of there and you're safe enough to be saying, okay, today, I'm not letting this touch me anymore. As of today, this is the new me. This is what I am. You like it or you don't, but I will not change for you. And I see you in a fighting mode still of saying, you will not put me down. So if ever somebody got put down by someone, well, I will, I will not want to be that person that wants to come back and try it again, because that person is going to be firmly going to say, no, I close the door to you, and it's staying closed. Yeah.
Wow. Again, this is very specific. We have somebody checking in here, instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. Gina is in New Haven, Connecticut. She says the number 18, which by the way was the first number you did, is big for me. It's my address. I'm thinking about leaving my job. The time to go card means a lot for me. Do you have anything else to share?
I would say before leaving anything, okay, just watch what you're going to get yourself into. Okay, so which means, yes, sometimes we want to go, we need to leave. And I'm not saying you don't need to leave, you need to leave, but I'm just saying watch for the timing. And if you're going to get, like we said this before, the best time to look for a job is when you have a job. Mm-hmm. So right now, to be careful that you have all your ducks in a row. And I would say, as of today, I would say don't do it today. Don't put it in tomorrow, let's say. But it doesn't mean that next week it wouldn't be time for you to do so. But today, as we're speaking right now, I would not suggest for you to go and give your resignation.
Why would you wait until, say, next week?
Because there's a cloud. There's a cloud right now. When I look at the card, I see purple, and purple is something that you lose. So it's like you have the loss, like you have that cloud of, I'm going to lose if I go there. You know what I'm saying? So once, like the energy works very, very fast these days, like it's not like 20 years ago, they used to have us do the 21 days, which I never did, by the way. But, it was always a big process and everything. Today, you just have to put it out there and it's going to materialize, as depending on how you ask it with your heart. So I would say do your plus and minuses, Gina, right now. I would say do your plus and minuses of why you want to leave. and what do you want, like what is this job giving you? The plus and minuses, and what do you expect of a new job? And by seeing it, and by taking the time to write it, you're already telling the universe what you're wanting. So then it's going to be easier. But right now I see a cloud of you're going to lose more than you're going to gain out of it if you would do it today. So
where do you see the cloud, Diane?
I'm going to show you. You get to see the cards, but see over here, for me, purple over here, this is really, for me, it's something that, not that dies, but it's purple. So which means for me, it's past. It's not good in that sense.
Wow.
It's a dying thing, whatever. So for me, and and like I was saying, they're going backwards. But so just wait for this thing to pass, which could take a week, could take a day, we don't know. And then after that, it's time to go.
Wow.
But, yeah.
This is like super cool stuff.
Yeah.
We're out of time. I want to tell everybody how they can find you. First of all, you do a Facebook event every Tuesday night doing just what we have here, but it's also even interactive. People can reach out. Of course, it's Facebook.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How do we find it?
Okay. So Facebook page is my name, Diane Gauthier, Gauthier, Messages for the Soul. So you just have to go there, and it's on every Tuesday night at 7:30. I will interpret 3 different numbers every week. Or you can reach me on my email, which is diane.tarot@outlook.com. And you send me a message and I will get back to you.
And if anybody even missed any of that, just know your name, Messages for the Soul, the Facebook page. And I'm sure if they want to reach you, connect with you for a reading one-on-one personally, they can do the same there, right?
Exactly. They could, when I do my readings, well, then they could leave messages as they go. And between I go and read people, so it's like a little quick thing. It's between 10 and 15 minutes every week.
Cool. Diane, great having you on. Great talking and learning. And I've never seen intuitive messages delivered the way you do. They're very specific, very clear, and doing the 3 numbers. It's already resonated with me. It's resonated with other people. Just really cool. And we're just scraping the surface. I'm sure in terms of what you can do when you meet with somebody.
Yes, absolutely. It's always interesting, it really and is. I get out of it as much as you do too. So it's always a win-win situation that I call.
Delightful talking with you, and look forward sometime in the future. The cards will tell when we get together again.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure, Steve, you and I will reconnect somewhere somehow.
My gut says yes, and my gut's usually right.
Yeah.
So you just got to listen to
too.
it. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Thanks again.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.